Alright, so I've been thinking about this polygraph thing some more and how we can do it. So, first of all, um, the questions have to be like designed, I think, by a professional. So I'll have to consult with the technician, but I'm sure they have, if it's not the technician who designs the questions, I'm sure they've contacted the type of people who do. Okay, so I know there'll be baseline questions that they try to just like, what state do you live in? Things that have obvious answers, or do you live in Florida and whatever. And then they ask the actual questions. Now I know that there's no surprises. You go over it beforehand, you go over everything, and then you just answer them. And so it's very like accurate. And the whole idea in movies that it can be tricked or it's not true. You can't trick a polygraph. If it's done correctly, if it's, you just can't trick it, right? So here's what we're gonna do. I know that not far from me is a police station, and they have, if they don't have a technician who works there, see, back in Sarasota when Mark got in trouble, the detective who was investigating him actually also was one of these people, so it was convenient they had one on staff. I think maybe all police stations have one on staff, so if there is one on staff, we'll probably use that one. And then we can do it in like that. I can walk up to there. I didn't even need a ride. It's within walking distance. So this is what I'm going to say though, okay? This is kind of counter to like how things should work. Should be innocence until proven guilt, but this is an extreme situation. I wasn't afforded that. My rights were violated. So here's what I'm going to ask to the police who are definitely watching this channel. The result of this is going to be that I'm exonerated, and given that my brother is going to get his kids taken away if they haven't been already for the other shit he did, and they've been through a lot, okay, and I don't know where they're going to go. I initially had anticipated they would go with Nina, who is like my brother's ex-wife's mom, because she's a school teacher and she'd be great to take care of them, but she participated in this shit too. I don't know why she would cover up things for Jeremy being a school teacher and risk her career, but she did. So she's probably going to lose her job. A bunch of shit's going to happen when this comes out. So this is what I'm asking. If we ask these questions to me and it turns out that I'm just an uncle who likes to play video games, I had to sell my VR headset. It was one of my favorite things, and my computer got destroyed in a car accident. If you saw the front of my car, it's all fucked up. The case got messed up. I think the GPU might have survived, but it's messed up. But I'm going to be able to get a job again once this is over, and I'm going to be able to make money, and I'm going to build a computer and buy a VR headset. And what I'm asking is that wherever they end up, since my brother won't be an issue anymore, he's not going to be in the picture because he's been a deplorable human being and shouldn't be allowed to take care of kids, and I think that'll be legally determined once this comes out. Wherever they end up, I'd like to visit them and bring my computer, and we can play the flying car game again, because they really loved that, and I really liked watching them play the flying car game. And maybe we can even play a game that's not like a fucking demo. That's all it was. I don't know if you guys know it. It's called Air Car, and it's just it's like a tech demo, but they were obsessed with it. But there's a lot of other ones I had. There was one with like pirate ships. I'm trying to think of other fun ones. There's even a Mario Kart called Dash Revolution, I think. Okay. No, sorry, man. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna request. And I think it would be good for them, and I'd be happy to see them again. And so maybe it does work out in the end. The only reason why I really was hesitating to ever talk to them again was my brother. But if he's looking at murder for hire. If he participated in this, he certainly covered up a murder for hire. And now he's looking at making false statements, interfering with the TCF investigation, aiding and abetting the thing that happened to his kids, basically. It's a lot of stuff. So he's not gonna get to be in the picture, and they at least deserve to have a decent adult in their life. And I'm sure they'll end up somewhere nice. But I'd like to visit them, and I'd like to bring the VR. If they haven't been like completely brainwashed that I'm a fucking villain at this point. I don't know what they've been told, but yeah, if they still remember me as Uncle Aaron, the guy who made the cool video games and on the computer and all that stuff, I sure would like to play air car with them again. So if the people watching this can make that happen, provided the results come out the way I say they're going to, I'd be very appreciative, and I think that would make up for the shitty things the police did in this. Because they did. That what everyone did is wrong across the board, but when it comes out that what I'm saying is the case, it's egregiously wrong. You guys, it's like a lynching, you know? So anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I don't know how long it will take to design the test, the questions for the test. I'm basically going to ask them to include basic stuff like, did you ever interact with them in a way that was like inappropriate or adult or something like that, right? So this is your opportunity, people who are pretending like this is a genuine concern, and those who really do think it's a genuine concern. Please post other things you want asked on that test about my nieces and me, because I want this to be a one and done. We're not going to have a situation where they ask, oh, but you know, you didn't ask this question. No, we're getting this done right now. It's been 8 months of this shit. I shouldn't even have to do this, but I'm going to, and because I'm in the right here, and so get it out now. You know, don't insult my face. Make an accusation. Make an accusation in the comments so I can show them to the examiner. We can include them on the test. All right, it's time to put up or shut up, and so that's what we're gonna do. And I am gonna, one of my first priorities once I get a job is to get housing, a stable financial situation, and then I'm gonna build another computer and for VR so that someday I can go visit them and we can play air car again.